everybody. Welcome back to Scaredy Chat. Yes, this is the Scaredy Chat podcast where we talk all about childhood fears and things that are still scaring us today. I'm Monica Suriagi.
And I'm Kaitlin Riley.
And today, later on, we are going to be chatting with actress, writer, comedian, YouTuber, Maggie Mae Fish. She is so funny and insightful and in a very, I would say, intellectual infotainment YouTuber type way. So I'm excited to talk to her because I think her fears are going to be very relatable. But before that, Kaitlin, we talk about our childhood fears all the time, even when we don't have to. When we're not on the podcast, we just love to talk about childhood fears. But I am curious, do you have any new fears?
I'm basically afraid of any boat that, like, the tip of the boat tips up. Does that make sense? Like,
Totally.
Like, if you ever watch Baywatch or any movie where there's a chase on the water, when the boat tips up and the engine is, like, in the water and they're racing, I'm just afraid. I'm like, this boat is going to flip over. Like, how doesn't it? I don't understand the physics of it. I can't figure out how it's mathematically still staying in the water. So that's always really freaked me out. But historically, I will say, my grandfather, when he was a little boy, this is a very crazy story. He was
taking it back.
Yes. So I have some like passed down trauma from like DNA or whatever. But when he was a little boy, he was on a boat like that with like an engine in the back and everything. And there was a gas leak and the boat exploded. Yeah. And he was in a full body cast for like a year, like a full year. Is that not crazy?
What?
Yes. So I don't know. I have this theory that like it's not specifically being on the water. Being on the water doesn't scare me. And I've been on like banana boats before where you're just sort of like being pulled. And I can be on the banana boat, but I can't be on the boat pulling the banana boat. And I think there's something in my brain where I'm like, I don't know if it's just hearing the story about the boat explosion. I'm just like, there's something about being on these boats with engines like this that just really makes me feel super unsafe. I feel like I'm going to either get thrown from the boat, which my grandfather was. That's why he was in the full body cast, by the way. He literally just was thrown from the boat as it exploded. He's fine.
Well, I'm glad he survived.
It's kind of crazy to think about because had he not survived, I would not be here.
You wouldn't exist.
Yeah. And I'm convinced that that's why I'm so afraid to see if there's any strange family connections between the fears that you have and the fears of your grandfathers.
Oh, I love that. If you have like a somewhat maybe seemingly irrational fear, yeah, check the family history.
Yeah. Though also boats are scary.
Yeah, also just boat propellers are kind of terrifying.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Okay, Scaredy Chat listeners, today we have my lovely friend, Maggie Mae Fish. She is a comedian, YouTuber, writer, actress. She's very good at all of these things. She is hilarious. I know you already follow her on Twitter. You already know who I'm talking about. Everybody, Maggie.
Hello. We were just saying off mic. What a great way to end the day, you know?
Yes.
Together chatting
about our fears.
About our fears. I know. Oh, when you emailed me, it immediately came to mind exactly the fear that I wanted to talk about. So that just say something, Monica, about how great the premise of this podcast is.
Oh, thank you. And also that your fear is like right at the front of your brain. Like, I know what I'm afraid of.
So Maggie, what is this fear that you cannot stop thinking about?
Okay. The reason I can't stop thinking about it is because I feel like it's very common. But I'm also embarrassed about it because it's seemingly very juvenile and it's just like the fear of the dark. Which I still like am today, apprehensive about it. I feel like I've done a lot of internal work to, be able to like walk down a dark tunnel. But yeah, throughout most of my life, and especially when I was a kid, I was like deathly afraid of the dark. Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's like a classic, but it is crippling. And I feel like so many people are, I was so also with you, so afraid of the dark to the point where I couldn't function as a person at night. And I'm still scared of the dark.
Yes. So, and like I understand it's a universal, like the unknown, like I've heard so many people say that. And like intellectually, I understand that's what the fear is, but just like in my bones, it's so like carnal that I can't deny.
Well,
Yeah.
you're definitely not alone. I mean, they literally named the show Are You Afraid of the Dark? So I feel like that says
I
everything you
was.
need to know. Do you have like a
Yeah.
very specific memory? Was there any time where you were like, oh my God, this is my fear. I'm afraid of the dark and now I have to face it? Like, was there any specific moment for you?
I don't remember facing it. I remember acceptance. I remember I was probably 4. I was very young, and I remember crying and like calling my dad into my bedroom, who was clearly exhausted. Like I remember his tone to this day was, yes, like, just tired, and I remember being like, "I'm just afraid," and my dad just being like, "Why? Why though?" Just like a very desperate, adult, like an exhausted dad, and I remember being like, "I don't know. Like, I don't know why I'm afraid of the dark," and I couldn't tell him, like, why I felt that way, but it did help me gain perspective. I was like, okay, my dad clearly doesn't think that this is such a big of a deal. So, I'm not gonna call him in anymore to tell him I'm afraid. So from that point on, yeah, I just kind of accepted like, okay, this is my fear. I am just afraid of the dark. And yeah, I used a night light. After this, I would crack my door open as well. So there were workarounds, yeah, I don't think I ever really faced it. I think I mostly added more lights to my room.
I was the same way. I was just like, okay, how can I have the most light in here? And
Right.
I think I like hit a point, honestly, maybe in high school, where I was like, I can't
Mm-hmm.
sleep because the light is on, but I need the
Mm.
light to be on.
That's what
Like
sleep masks are for.
emotionally, I need this. Yes. Yeah.
That's my thing now. I remember when I was a
Mm.
kid,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I was afraid of the dark, but I did surround myself with like stuffed animals to like ward off
Mm.
nightmares. Did you ever have anything like that? Was it ever like, oh, I have this specific like stuffed animal or like this like blanket or anything like that that kind of like kept you safe from whatever it was in the dark?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I had the accoutrements. I had this like holy blanket that, I would wear as a robe because there was just like gaping holes in it from overuse. I had it, and I still have a stuffed animal. It's a bunny with really long ears. So when I couldn't sleep at night, I would like do hairstyles with her ears. Like, um, there was a couple things like that. Oh, I did sleep on the edge of my bed because I was also afraid that I wouldn't be able to see if something was gonna like come up over it. So I would sleep right at the edge. And I felt very brave for that because that felt like me confronting at least something I was afraid of. If something was gonna sneak over the bed, I'd rather, be there head on. So that was comforting. It did give me a kink in my neck that I still have to this day because I slept that way for so many years of my life.
But nothing ever got you because you were prepared.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
there you go.
Uh-huh. I was being brave, ladies. So,
It's so funny because I
yes.
wonder what we really thought would happen. You know, like I don't know if
Mhm.
consciously, like I've had those moments too where it's like, oh, if I do this and I do this, then I'll be safe. But I don't know if what I really thought was going to happen. Like, did I really
Mhm.
believe there was a monster there? I don't think so. I don't
I
know.
don't
Did
know.
did you ever check like under your bed? Did you have a bed that you could check under? I gratefully like did not for most
Mhm.
of my life. So
Oh, really? Was it like on the ground
yeah,
type
or it had
bed?
like drawers
Mhm.
underneath. I think that's what it was. There was
Mm.
like, so I guess stuff could have been in the drawers.
Stuff could
Now
have
that
been in
I'm,
those
Mhm.
drawers.
that would have been terrifying. Yeah, no, that'd be like so much more scary because that's very unexpected. But did you like
Uh,
check behind things? Like if you had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night,
mhm.
did you check behind the shower curtain or did you avoid
Mhm.
doing that at all
Ooh.
costs?
I think I was an anti-checker. Yeah, I think very, very early on I dealt with what do you call it? Like confrontation anxiety, or where it's like the thing that you should be doing, avoidance. Like, oh, if there's a monster in the shower, in some ways, like I was brave, I guess, looking over the side of my bed. Yeah, but like showers, no. I would not check my closet. I was terrified the girl from The Ring was going to be in my closet after seeing that movie. Terrified.
She is one
and
of our
actually-
favorite characters on this podcast.
Is she? Did she like a big fear for many people? Because I feel like that. Okay,
Like every
Yes.
single
She-
person that has been on this
She
podcast.
She got literally all of us.
Like every single person,
Incredible.
including me and Monica, I think, talk
Mhm.
about her in the first episode, but like every single person, probably even episodes things get cut out.
Mhm.
She comes out. Everyone's afraid. So you're
So
not alone.
universal. Okay, that's the thing. It's like all these fears. They are very common. And so we are never alone, even though being afraid, you are afraid because you are alone. Like that's part of the afraid part, is like I'm in the dark, but I'm alone in the dark. I think that's kind of part of it as well. It's very like stripping, you're alone by yourself, very vulnerable situation.
Right? It's like maybe if there was at least one other human being here, I wouldn't be as scared as I am right now.
Right. I had a best neighbor friend who's still one of my best friends to this day, and we would spend the night in each other's beds like almost every other day, because it's good to have someone else there. Again, in case there was a monster.
You never
have backup.
know.
You never know. You never know.
I'm very curious of like my fear of the dark
Mm-hmm.
would occasionally be detrimental to my actual everyday life, from like lack of sleep or being afraid to go into a certain area or place. So I'd love to know if it ever affected your daily life.
Like I'm sure it has. The thing that mostly I think of to that effect is I would like ruminate on my fear, and like I had this vivid imagination that I would just like feed. I was like, oh, it could be any kind of, it could be anything out there, or like and I would just go down all these rabbit holes that like now as an adult, like, we have a lot more like coping mechanisms that we can use to not, to feed our anxieties in that manner. So yeah, but when you're a kid, like that's all you can do, and it's like you have all the time in the world. Like when you're alone in bed, that's one of the only times you have alone as a kid, because you're always being watched or supervised, or it's the time that you have to yourself. So, yeah.
Just spiraling away. Literally anything could be coming to kill me right now.
Right. And death. What is that? Just.
This is a new game that we're still testing. We're trying to figure out how to make it make sense.
I love being a test subject.
Yay! Okay.
I'm a good participant. Yes.
It's called Who's That Boo?
Mm-hmm.
And basically, there are so many actors that we don't realize got their start in horror movies, right? Because it is, in theory, one of the cheapest genres to make.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to play a guessing game where we'll give you just a few hints, and you will try to guess who this actor is from that began in a horror movie.
And we gave you one clue. It's a boy. It's a boy actor, man. So
Okay. Actor, man, boy. Got it.
Amazing. Monica, you go first. I'll do the next clue.
Okay. First clue about our actor. He has won an Oscar.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so did you get it already? No? Okay, we'll move on to the
I've narrowed
next
it down
clue.
to 2, actually.
Wait,
so.
really? Honestly, I did think that maybe this was a little bit obvious because there's only so many Oscar winners, but
Right. Mm-hmm.
the second clue, he was on a television show. So he won an Oscar and he was on a television show. He is a double
Okay.
threat as far as we know.
Okay, I'm forming an idea.
Yes. You're
but
free
I-
to guess at any time.
Okay. I think I'm gonna wait for another to stab at it.
Ooh, okay. Well,
Wow, nice horror pun.
That was on purpose. Ever for everyone hearing and listening. On purpose fun.
on purpose horror puns.
Mhm.
Last one. He's
Mhm.
done pretty much every genre. He's across the map. but
Okay.
did start in a horror franchise.
All right. Is it George Clooney?
No. But I get why you would say that.
Good
Totally.
guess, though.
Okay, we'll give you what?
Okay.
How many? We had two more guesses. I feel like
don't
3
know.
clues, 3 guesses.
I don't know. We don't even know what the rules are yet. But
I
I feel
don't have rules. It's a ruleless game.
you can also ask us questions.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
yes or no
Ooh.
questions. Like you can't be
Okay.
like, who is it?
Here's that. Is he considered conventionally attractive?
Yeah.
I would say
Yeah,
so.
for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Oh man. I feel like I had. Okay. What was like one of his big years? Do you know?
No, but I feel like we have to keep it to yes or no questions, Maggie.
That's true.
So
Look at me trying to.
I was
I'm not
over here
trying
like,
to.
I was going to tell you, but I was like trying to think of what one would be.
Mostly just because then I'd have to Google that, and that would be really hard.
This is
true.
This is true.
So just yes or no for ease, honestly.
Oh, Jared Leto,
Oh, no, but also
No.
good guess.
right?
Probably,
I think
though.
didn't he start in I felt like he was in an
Maybe
early horror movie.
He'll be our thing for next time because I think he is in something.
He's a horror.
He
Yeah,
is
he is.
just a horror of a person.
A horrible person.
My friend sent me today just a picture of him in House of Gucci, and she's like, "Why is he always so weird?" Or I sent her that, and then she sent me a picture of him just in life. I was like, "Why is he like this?"
There's a very small portion of actors who are actors because they don't want to be themselves.
Yeah.
Oh,
burns.
that's a whole other box of shit to unpack right there.
Oh yeah, we could do a whole other podcast about those actors. Please cut this out, Fitz, because we would love Jared on our podcast.
No, keep it. Keep it.
Oh, he's fun.
Okay. Dang. Okay. Did he win his Oscar within the past 5 years?
I think
No.
the answer is no, but I'm gonna give you the hint of it's just outside of 5 years.
Okay.
So relatively recent.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. I'd say between 5 and 10 years.
Mhm.
Definitely like 8. That would be my
Again,
my
math.
guess.
We'd have to Google this. We're not gonna. So, whole thing.
Dang.
I feel like you're gonna get it, but you're so close. Like I
Really?
feel
You're
it.
so
I
close.
can't tell.
Is
I
it
can't-
Jonah Hill?
No.
No.
But you
Okay.
are circling him.
I
You
know,
are
you're so
right around the
close.
ballpark.
Oh, no. Yes. James Franco?
No.
No.
That's
He's
a
never won an
circle
Oscar.
also. That's pretty close,
Wow.
right? Is he? Yeah. Jonah Hill was closer, if that helps.
I know it was.
Yeah, that was closer, but it's okay.
Um,
Oh, you're so close.
was it Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, but also
Ladies,
like probably
I'm doing
with
so poorly.
I feel like all the people you have mentioned plus the person, they're all friends. They all know each
yeah,
other. They all hang out.
Yes, he's in this group.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll say it's not
Dang.
Seth Rogen, if that helps.
Okay.
So
So
that's
thank you.
yeah, it's not Seth Rogen.
Dang. Is it Tobey Maguire?
No, but he
No.
probably. That's the thing. It's like all these people with good work. Yeah, not just who we specifically thought of.
If you need another hint, we can give you another hint.
I'll take another hint.
Okay, let me think of a
I
hint.
could
It's gonna be everyone's gonna laugh. I feel it coming.
Oh
so.
no. This is a hard one because we had to Google it too. So,
Yes, we also had
initially.
to look it up. Okay, a hint
We
that
just
won't
have
just the bottom won't just fall out with like a very obvious hint. He was doing mostly comedies for a while. Like
Okay, comedic turns.
Maggie, are you Googling this?
No. No.
I just saw it typing and then a glow of a screen.
I love it.
Listen,
I love it.
I wouldn't lie to
She does what
either
she
of
has
you.
to do. I love it.
I can give you one more very easy clue that I hope is easy. His name is an alliteration.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is it an
Yeah.
alliteration?
Yeah. So it's like both of his names start with the
Right.
same letter. It's okay. This is hard because it's like literally every actor basically that has been an actor.
You
so
said every other person around
right,
this
right.
person.
you circled
Right.
him.
You circled him.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yes!
Massacre. Oh,
Yes!
Yes.
yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. I'm so
Oh
proud
my
of
God.
you. That's great. Okay,
Wow.
cool. That was
I just
successful.
really felt a moment of teamwork there. I could not have arrived there, but very oddly, this like recently came up like last week. So like,
Wait,
it really
really?
should have been there.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Wait, tell us that story. That's so funny.
Yeah, my partner and I were we were watching we've been doing like 70s horror movie binges, and lo and behold, there's our boy Matthew McConaughey. Oh, and because of he's recently running for president. So I think that we were like,
Oh, right.
Wait,
That-
what?
Yes.
What?
Yes. Oh, Monica, you gotta see
It's
this
a-
video. I will
it's a
send
whole
it to
thing.
you.
It's a
Yes.
whole thing.
Yeah, he released a video that was basically like if he became one of the Texas Chainsaw, family members.
Oh, killer.
Full circle.
Bro.
Amazing. Amazing.
Wow.
I'm
Thank
so-
you. You guys really got me there. That was you guys felt like really good TV hosts. Like,
Yeah.
bringing me
Oh,
along.
you did great. Honestly, that was very impressive
That
because
was
it
a
really.
hard one.
Yeah, it was a
There
hard
are
one.
easier people for sure.
Mhm.
But yeah, so
That's good.
just for our audience, just so we know, so yes, he was not in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He was in something called Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation, much like
Mhm.
Degrassi: The Next Generation, but this one had more chainsaw murders,
But with more
Just a few more.
chainsaws.
a few. And
Now
he's-
more chainsaw.
Exactly.
He's actually not the only famous person who like kind of got their start in it. Renee Zellweger is also in it. Came out in
Wow.
1995. Yeah.
Mhm.
And he's the villain, which I think is pretty
Oh.
fun. Yeah. Amazing.
sense.
Good for
Right.
him.
Good for you, Matthew McConaughey.
Good for you.
You've come so far. Well, Maggie, we've got another game we would love to play with you.
Awesome.
This one, we have a little more dialed in. It's called Chill or Chilling.
Ooh.
And
Mhm.
we run imaginary scenarios by you, and you can choose
Mhm.
chill, would do that, cool, or chilling, too scary, will not do that.
All right. This is fun. Okay.
Yes.
I thought you were going to do the Matthew McConaughey. All right. Just now.
All right.
Nice, you can do
it.
Amazing. Monica, you want to go first?
Sure. Okay. So our first chill or chilling. Compete on Fear Factor.
Ooh, chilling. Honestly, right at the gate, no thank you. There's a lot of bugs I don't mind, but I do mind centipedes, and I feel like they always find a way to include them. So I just would never take the risk. I can't even watch that section of the show. Yeah. Also, it's high risk being near Joe Rogan.
I was just going to say, I was like,
Oh
is
my
he still
God, I
hosting
forgot.
that?
I forgot he
Right?
was the host of that show.
Yeah.
I totally forgot.
Yeah. But
Blast
he's
from the
not any.
past.
Is that show even still on? I actually don't know.
I don't think
but
it is.
That seems
I
like
know
a
that-
lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah. I don't need his opinions and I don't need him to make me eat bugs. But I will say, I
Mhm.
was on vacation once and I have never seen a giant centipede before, but I went on vacation
Uh-huh.
and I saw one and it was like literally like the size of a snake and it was the most horrifying thing. I didn't think I was afraid of them. I totally get
Mhm.
it. They're horrible. No, thank you. Goodbye. Totally good choice. No
Mhm.
centipedes.
No. Have you seen the short film that goes with the Rings?
No.
He
no.
he
Really
pukes a centipede. Like it crawls out of his mouth, and it's like 3 feet long, and it just like crawls out of his mouth. Blah.
That's that he cracked the worst horror thing to make. Like, that's it. That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Nope.
Sorry,
Yeah.
did you not want 2 different centipede stories about how scary they were? You announced your fear to us. Like,
I liked it, and thanks, guys.
yeah, and I realized that we both were like, wait, hold on. You think you're afraid of centipedes? Here's 2 horrible stories about them. So, we apologize.
No.
Okay, so this one is maybe less scary or more scary. I think it's more scary to me, but go skydiving. Skydiving.
Ooh.
Your thoughts?
Chill. I think I would. Yes, it is very scary. Like, I have no plans to do it. I have a good friend who he's like certified. He's almost, I wouldn't say he like pushes it on people, but there's been a couple times where he's been okay, like, so when are you gonna do it? He loves it. And I am kind of a thrill junkie. I do love roller coasters. I've never done anything to that scale. But I did do the biggest drop in Florida outside of Disneyland. They have like an unofficial super scary drop, which I have done. And yeah, I think I would do it. I actually am curious, what do you guys think?
No.
Well, I have a
No? Okay.
Caitlin's
Yes.
hard no. I have a fun story about skydiving that has prevented me from doing it, even though I think maybe it'd be fun. But I have a metal brace around my spine, so I have some metal kind of rods in there and whatever. And the doctor, when I came in for like follow-ups after the surgery, he was like, well, you can't go skydiving now because that metal will just rip right out of your body. And I was just like, what?
What?
But the thing is, Monica told me that like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, for sure. Like that's, and
that
only like kind of recently did we have the conversation where we were like, wait, that's not science.
Yeah. Like
he was kidding, I think.
Right
just rip out. I think he was kidding in some weird, awful doctor way. I think he was kidding. But I'm like, maybe I should wait till I'm like 90 years old so that if I die, it's not that big of a deal.
Right. Like, I had it coming, so it's like almost kind of cute, like how it went out.
Right, like,
But
oh,
imagine.
she talked about it our whole lives, and she tried it.
Yeah.
It's
Killed
like
her, but
your,
she had fun.
it's like your girl with the ribbon, like removing the ribbon, head falls off. That's your version of that. That's so disturbing.
Yeah,
Please don't do it.
I'm so curious. I would do it, but what if he wasn't giving?
And you'd be, and that would happen to you, and then like you'd have, that'd be what your name would associate with. Would be the girl whose metal spine was ripped out
of her
skydiving.
body by the force of gravity. Yeah.
Very Final Destination vibes.
Totally.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, here's our next one. This is a very made up scenario, so have used your imagination a little bit.
I love hypotheticals.
Yes. Do karaoke. Okay, let me set the scene for you a little bit.
Okay.
We're at a karaoke bar. You're having a good time. It's your turn to go up. You got your song picked out. You get on the stage. You look out, and in the first 3 centered seats, you're about to start singing. Is Lizzo, Cher, and Adele, and they're all just staring at you, and you have to perform your karaoke song. Chill or chilling?
Oh, chilling, absolutely chilling. Not that, like, I know I am not a good singer, and even in like there's a knowledge I have, even like with that, and knowing that my goal in karaoke is to have fun, it's still absolutely chilling. I would just feel like I don't have, like, I shouldn't be here, like this is suddenly a church, and like I am about to be sacrilegious in front of people who like know what they're doing, and all 3 of them I'm sure would be very, very more than polite. I'm sure all 3 of them would be like cheering me on, but I that sounds like a nightmare.
It really does sound like an actual nightmare somebody would have.
Yes. Yeah.
But you do get to hang out with them, and that's the one thing I will say is like,
that is
that's
true.
the
And
one
they would be
thing.
they would be encouraging. They would not care.
They would be nice.
Like, exactly. They would not judge you. Unless prove me wrong. Like, but I don't think that.
They would be nice, I think.
Exactly.
In my fantasy where I created that scenario, they're nice
Right,
people.
right.
So
They'd be nice about it. Yeah.
Yes.
okay, so this one is instead of hanging out with like 3 superstars, it's ghosts. You hang out with ghosts. When you camp out in a graveyard, chill or chilling?
Ooh, I would say chill.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say chill. When my sister and I, one thing we would do when we travel, we try to take a ghost tour in any town that we go to. Not for any reason other than like they're really fun and just like we always have great memories. And yeah, we took one in Chicago where we like talked to a ghost. They gave us those like tuning forks, and like we were like, had like a conversation, which is really fun. But every single time's always been chill. Like, we've never had a bad time on a ghost tour. Yeah. In fact, you meet great people. The tour guides always super nice and personal. They give the best suggestions, which is not the reason why we do them, but yeah, so speaking from personal experience, every ghost that I've communicated with has been chill.
Yes, I love the ghost tours. I just did one in Jerome, which is like outside of
Whoa.
Sedona, and it's like
Uh-huh.
murder, 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 because it was like a coal mining town.
Yeah.
So it was just the ghost tour was like these kind of towns attract a lot of unsavory characters, and they were just everyone was just murdering each other, and like every block was like this person murdered, murdered, murdered. I was like, oh my god, everywhere.
Oh
That's
my
how-
god.
That's kind of how it was in Paris. Like, it wasn't a ghost tour, but it was like a dark side of Paris tour. And it was like everywhere you stepped, it was like some royal got like assassinated on this step. I love
so
ghost
funny.
tours too. Like, they're the best.
They're the
They're so
best.
fun.
Oh, they're fun. We just did one in New Orleans, and
Oh, that's the best one, probably.
it's the best one. We felt so fortunate to do it, and also the first murder she brought up what happened in 2003. It was
Nope.
like, wait. We came here for history.
Yes,
That is too soon.
it's
That
got to
just
be
happened.
like 1945 and back. Like,
Yeah.
Yes. But like to her credit, that was super scary. Like I've never been that scared on a ghost tour where the first murder happened fairly recently, and it was about tours coming to New Orleans, and
Yikes. This
Yeah.
could be you.
this could be
You
you.
could be next on the
Yeah.
ghost tour. You could be a
Have
star.
fun.
oh
It was an
my.
amazing town. I absolutely loved
Well,
New Orleans.
I guess you had a good tour guide because that's terrifying.
Yep. It was. Whew. Ah,
Well, this is our last one, our last scenario.
great.
Chill or chilling, swimming with
Mhm.
sharks.
Oh, okay. So I grew up with a pool in my backyard, which was how I hooked a lot of friends in middle school. You tell them a pool and they come over and swim. But I would have these imaginations where there were sharks in the pool. And that was another one that I would just like imagine. It's like in my backyard. Yeah, there's like sharks swimming in the dark. Swimming in the dark was a fear of mine. However, I feel like I got over that fear because I love swimming so much. And later in life, I loved taking night swims. So I kind of made myself face it all to the point where I think swimming with sharks would be like pretty chill.
You basically already did it in your mind.
Exactly. No, truly. Yeah. I think I went through all like the worst case scenarios. And also, I love ocean life. So at the end of the day, I would want to be a good rep for our shark friend. Most shark attacks are, not something vicious on their part. So if I get eaten, it's my fault. Basically.
You were very trusting of the sharks.
Right. He caught me slipping. Is
Oops.
what happened. Oops.
And in this scenario, there would be some kind of cage, I would think.
Right. Are you guys afraid of sharks? Because that is also like pretty common. Like my friend, yeah.
Kind
my
of,
friends
yeah.
are.
I was super,
Mhm.
super, super, super afraid of sharks as a kid after seeing Deep Blue Sea.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Again, they will come up through your pipes and get you, Monica, no matter what, no
They're
matter where you
coming.
live.
No, that's alligators. Alligators will
Oh,
come up your
yeah.
pipe. Yeah, and
If you
definitely
live
snakes.
in Florida, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that'll happen.
Right.
I wouldn't
right.
say I'm like afraid of sharks. I don't know. I
Mhm.
mean, I guess I grew up kind of by the ocean and I never
Mm.
had anybody like get attacked by a shark. And I
Where
felt
did you
like,
grow
you know,
up?
Long Island.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
in case
Yeah,
you can't
you're
tell.
kind of in tune with that side of nature, you know. It's not as
Yeah.
mysterious for you.
Totally. I mean, we went to the
Mhm.
beach a lot, and I feel like the issue was more like the riptide. I'm afraid of a riptide. That is actually a situation that is a problem. But I'm not really afraid of sharks. I'm sure somebody got bit by a shark, but it was not like a common occurrence. So we're good.
Right. Yeah. I grew up right on Lake Michigan, so it was like a big body of water that intellectually I knew had no sharks. So like it was a good safe haven for me to, you know, to be like, okay, open water does not necessarily equal will be eaten.
Right. That would be the plot of some movie is like, now this lake has sharks. Ah.
Right, how did it get in here? I'm sure I've seen that movie. I feel like
Kinda
how
like-
did this pond get a shark?
Right. That's actually a good, guys, we should write that film.
Guys.
That is not a
Guys.
movie.
This has to exist. That exists already.
Okay, but it'd be great if we met. Like, it'd be better if we met it.
Yeah, you're right. It would.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like
yeah.
I can see it being like some evil scientist plops a giant shark in the middle of a lake and people can't leave.
Small town. Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. The small town has to come together to defeat the giant shark.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they're all fighting over some weird, stupid small town drama.
Ooh. Okay, guys, it's writing itself. All right.
It writes itself. It writes
Sci-fi,
itself.
contact us. We know you got the weird CGI hookups.
We got your next
They already
shark
have
movie.
the shark.
Yeah.
They have the shark ready to go. It's already built in like
Yeah,
the CGI
We'll just
computer
copy and paste
system.
it from
From another
Sharknado.
movie. No. Well, Maggie, thank you so much for chatting with us today and validating everyone's fear of the dark, because we are all
Good.
afraid of the dark.
Good.
And please tell our listeners where they can find you, socials and stuff like that.
Yes. If you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Instagram, I mostly post photos of my cats. Speaking of cats, so if you like cats, you can follow me on Instagram as well. But yeah, it's just my name, Maggie Mae Fish. Mae with a E instead of a Y. Like my
Fish with
dead
an F.
great grandmother. Sorry, what?
Oh, I was gonna say, and fish with an F.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
in case.
Fish with an
Yes.
S. Yes, like the animal. Not the band.
Oh, not the
Sorry
band.
if anyone likes. I didn't mean to say that with such like a stink. I know there are
There
fish
are-
band fans.
There are people who really like fish, but I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure any of them are on this call right now.
Right, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
I feel like our audience might not be fish fans. Not that they're not fish fans, but I
Right.
don't think there's a big overlap. I think you're
Listen,
okay.
I have a friend who's a fish fan, so I can say it.
I know some fish people, so I can say it. It's true though. It's true though.
Oh, Maggie, thank you so much for being here with us. This was so super fun. I hope that you feel better about your childhood fears
I
because
truly
they're
do.
all of ours.
I do. Thank you so much for having me. This has been great. I feel we validated a lot of people today.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Scaredy Chat. We hope you were a little scared and maybe a little relieved about your fears. And if you're having fun listening to this podcast, please rate and review and subscribe so you never miss it and you're ready with us every week. And hey, make sure you follow us on social media. You can find us on Instagram at scaredychat_podcast. And maybe you have a fear and you're wondering if other people are afraid of it too? Well, we probably are, but you should email us your fears at story@scaredychatpod.com and maybe we'll talk about it on the show. Till next time, Scaredy Cats. Bye! Scaredy Chat was developed and hosted by Kaitlin Riley and Monica Moore-Suriagi. Produced by Jeff Swimmer. Editing and sound design by Fitz Harris. Theme music by Eric Fashingbauer with samples by Jeff Zahn and Jack Lenz. And Gail Gilman is the executive producer.